Welcome back. You're watching CorporateEye. Let's shift focus to another set of mid-cap counters, which is the paper industry, as those counters have been buzzing. Now, what happened is that Balrampur Industries, which is India's biggest paper company, who holds almost two-thirds of the market share, is shutting down plants owing to its financial situation. And this is what is leading to a shortage in terms of where paper supplies are concerned and driving up prices. In fact, paper across categories have become expensive by almost 6 to 10% in the past 1 month, as per what reports are suggesting. Let's decode the same with A.S. Mehta, who's the president of JK Paper. In fact, if you pull up the stock as well of JK Paper, today's session seeing gains of almost 2.5% at the day's highest level. So if you pull up a 1 month, or even this is the last 5-day chart with gains of around 10.5%, 11% coming in there. 1 month around gains of 14.5%. So the entire paper industry has been buzzing over the last 1.5 months. We have Mr. A.S. Mehta, who joins us on the phone line. Good morning, Mr. Mehta. To start off with, in terms of where prices are concerned, there are reports suggesting wherein prices have gone up in the range of almost 6 to 10%. If you could just confirm this for us and tell us exactly what's the scenario on ground.
See, what you're saying, the price increase of 6 to 10% to my mind is not correct, because the prices have moved up in the range of 3 to 4% or 5% at best in some categories, and there are certain categories where there has not been any price increase. So that we need to understand. Maybe in the retail market, in some of the varieties where the retailer might have increased the price by 6%, 10%, that I can't comment, but as JK Paper is concerned, we have increased prices in certain categories, something around 3 to 5%, and certain categories we have not yet increased the price.
Just to understand from you, what's the kind of shortage that the market is witnessing right now, and consequently, what's the kind of demand uptick that you could see going forward?
I would say that, again, we need to see from a segment perspective. Let me deal with you 4 categories predominantly. Copier category, which is the office paper, where yes, to some extent, because of the interruption in production of Balrampur units, there is some impact on the production, but the other companies have increased the production. So the copier paper is concerned, I don't foresee any shortage right now. As far as the coated paper is concerned, again, there is no major shortage, because in any case, 60% of the local demand is met by the import, and 40% is supplied by the domestic manufacturer, predominantly JK and Balrampur. And so Balrampur, that coated paper production facility is by and large working, barring last 15-20 days, there has been some interruption, but there is no shortage of coated paper. As far as the packaging board is concerned, there is no shortage, rather there is some surplus supplies available in the market.
So, as you're mentioning that, the other peers have started already increasing their capacity. In terms of where JK Paper is concerned, you have been running at full capacity, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Right.
if you could just tell us, are you taking up any expansion plans or any acquisitions that are on the radar?
No, as I said that the other people have increased production, that means there is a flexibility in the production capacity, also the category shift. If I need more copier, then I can produce more copier and reduce some other variety. So that way I'm saying that the variety can be increased, or the production can be adjusted to that extent. As far as the paper industry overall capacity utilization is concerned, we are already, JK Paper is operating at 100%, but the industry is operating at somewhere around 90-95%. So there are players who can increase their production because they have the capacity available. Although JK Paper is operating at almost 100%, but still looking into our own efficiency parameter, and we always stretch our capacity, and we can always increase by 3-4%.
Right.
That's not a big deal. And this is what we are doing right now. We are producing more than our capacity.
Right, Mr. Mehta, also to understand from you, any acquisitions on your radar, and specifically, are you looking at any of the assets of Balrampur Industries?
As we have disclosed in the market, and the market is aware about it, that for two of the units, Balarsha and Asti, we had submitted our non-binding offer to acquire these two units, and the process is on. The day when we finalize anything, we will come back.
Right. So, Mr. Mehta, if you could just give us a timeline in terms of by when do you expect, like you must be having some internal approvals, that by when do you expect this kind of an acquisition to go through? Will we see something happen in terms of where FY17 is concerned, or will it be delayed beyond FY17?
No, I can tell you that it is unfair on my part to disclose any timeline, because there are so many regulatory issues and also there are issues of disclosure. So I have to restrain myself to disclose on the timeline.
All right, Mr. Mehta, thank you for speaking to BTVi and sharing all the details in terms of where the paper industry is concerned, where we've seen that on ground they've seen a price increase in the range of around 3 to 5%. However, the 6 to 10% may be at retail level. In fact, we have Nitin Soni, who's the director at Fitch Ratings, on the phone line with us to discuss the details in terms of what's the kind of response, the spectrum auctions have got, and what's the kind of impact that we are looking at. Good morning, Nitin. To start off with, in terms of where spectrum auctions are concerned, telecom operators have strategically chosen 18